Happy Black History Month. It is February 17th, Transformation Tuesday, February 17th, and welcome to another Style by Stevie. I know we had a show slated for yesterday, but my guest is at work, and she's coming on the show later this year. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We are back for his second interview. We are here with actor. This man wears so many hats, and I've had him on the show last year, 25, and he's back for his second interview. Welcome back to the Dollhouse. Hi, Wheatley. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
And how has it been for you thus far this year?
Uh, everything it's been going good. I've been blessed. I've been blessed to one to see another year. I in December I just turned 47. So
Oh, yay.
and you know, still had uh still had the my community, my family around me. But it's been great. Looking forward to some done a few projects, so looking forward to other opportunities. So everything's been going good.
Yes, yes. That, and I tell my guests this all the time. This new year, we're starting off with reinventing ourselves. And I must say that 26 is the year of more for each and every one of us. We are manifesting, we
Ascension.
are putting our careers and our passions out there.
Mm.
And when I created, I put the word more on it. I'm looking over here, the pictures, and I put the word more. And I also put on the board courage as well, too, because going into a new year for each and
Hmm.
every test for that. The climate went with everything. It's like, what are we gonna get? You know, it's like a roll of the dice. You can either get something and then you cannot get it. But I
Hmm.
want everybody to be encouraged and remain hopeful in 2026 because it is more and more to come. And I've got some big interviews that I've scored. I won't say who, I can't say who as of yet, but make sure you guys are staying tuned here. Subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime, and also make sure that you have your bells and notifications on as well too. And you guys, YouTube has something new now where you can go and hype up as many videos as you want to. Get them out there in the algorithm and let people know that you're on live. So,
Hmm.
2026. What else are you looking forward to this year, the new year?
What am I looking forward to in the new year? Just better opportunities. Growing as a just as a person and a father, a brother. Just because as you get older, you start to realize that start to appreciate more things and how the only thing that you can't get back, the most valuable commodity in this world is time. So doing the most with the time you have. So I'm looking forward to possibly getting into more theater things, as far as stage, doing some stage work, whether that's be directing or or writing something. I used to do sketch. I used to try and do sketch comedy writing. So I'm thinking I'm been trying to get back into that habit. So yeah, so that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Kind of creating my own world in a way. So yeah.
And we have to, that's the important thing. And Chef Guy put out some of Chef Guy. We were talking about this last week about us having to put our stories out there. And I had a conversation with Shanson Thomas, and we were talking about the importance of Black storytellers, not just in Black history month, but
Hmm.
overall, making sure that our stories get told and get
Right.
out there.
Right.
Damien T. Raven is another actor that I had the pleasure of sitting with as well too. He was saying that he wants to tell a story on cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, there were black cowboys. And the first thing that I saw that can come to mind that brought awareness to it was The Heart of a Fall. And
That
Shout out
love.
to the director for creating such a powerful uh, film where our
Mhm.
story and now the most recent center, all of these things, these are things that have actually happened. And it's
Mhm.
important that we get control and control the narrative of our story, whereas we're now living in a time and it's so crazy it's making time. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the news just a few minutes ago. Where was I when I found out? I was sitting here in the room just preparing for today, my questions and everything, getting everything set for today's show. And earlier I get a message from Diva. Shout out to Diva Alexis, and hopefully she'll be joining me in a few minutes. And she was like, "Girl, did you know about this?" I said, "No."
Mhm.
Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away today at
Mm.
84 years old, and that is
Mm.
someone who's been very pivotal in telling Black stories.
Mhm.
We are losing our legends. We are, and it is
Yeah.
important that this is why I have my platform so that I make sure that when my guests come on, they get their flowers. Because
Mm.
as Taiwan just said, it is
Mhm.
important that we give people their flowers. And the key word is time. Because
Mhm.
time is so unexpected. So
Mhm.
many people are passing away. And I was just talking with my mom about it as well too. She was like, "Oh wow." Like I was in disbelief. Like I just jumped like, "Wait, what?" He
Mhm.
was just smiling not too long ago. John
Mhm.
Lennon just posted a clip of him
Mhm.
and him together at the DNC last year.
Mhm.
So it just threw me for a loop. And it just, I want people to hug somebody, love on somebody, pour into somebody. Call that relative that you haven't spoken to because time is not promised to nobody.
Mhm.
Trust me. We
Yes.
are losing so many people, and
Mhm.
it just threw me for a loop. Like, wow, not Reverend Jesse, someone who I've studied in school, someone who I've done research on,
Been
someone who
there.
I've written papers on. All of these things that we all, in growing up, have learned so much about them is pivotal. It's
Right.
important that we give people their flowers while they're still here. And
Mhm.
I'm thankful for the likes of other shows like Jennifer Hudson, where she has a segment on her. She does like the legend segment, and she gives them awards. She sits down with them and she talks
Oh, I didn't
about
know she
their
did that.
career.
Wow.
Another would be Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall does it too. I mean, Patti LaBelle was on her show,
Mhm.
and she put up like the pictures of Patti LaBelle throughout her career, just really poured into her and given her her flowers. And keep in mind, this woman is 81 years old, still
Mhm.
touring, still looks beautiful, still has the voice of an angel,
Mhm.
like the godmother of soul. Like she
Mhm.
is all of these things, and it's important that we pour into the icons who have paved the way for us as black entertainers out here.
Mhm.
So I remember one interview I did with someone, and that was back in 2020, and someone popped up in the audience. I don't know if you guys remember. This is a little story here.
Mhm.
Um, I was doing an interview with a clothing designer, and this was an up and coming funky, fresh clothing designer. He did like streetwear.
Mhm.
And guess who pops up in the interview? And my girl Stephanie, shout out to my girl Stephanie Davenport, a good friend of mine, my sister, my girl. Uh, she screenshotted it and then she had it. So if you guys want to see it, I think it's up on her page. Melba Moore popped up in the audience.
Wow.
And when I tell you, Ty Wayne, I was trying so hard. I was
Try
trying
to
to
be
be
cool.
composed.
Yeah.
I was in my Barbara Walters bag. I was like this, like I had to be modest about it because I didn't want her. But she was like, "Girl, it's okay." But
Right.
she came in the audience and she just put some hearts. She showed me some love. So you never know
That's
who's
wonderful.
watching. And when she came in, I said, "Miss Melba, do you know the impact that you've had on women who you were one of the women who looked like me, and the impact that you had on me growing up, watching you, watching Patti LaBelle, watching Tina Turner, watching uh, Gladys Knight, Janet Jackson, so many others, the impact that you ladies had on me growing up.
Mhm.
And I just poured into her. So it's important that we give legends their flowers. We give people their flowers while they're still here. Shout out
Mhm.
to my girl, Diva Alexis. Yes, she alerted me and let me know that you do know Jesse Jackson passed away. So it just
Mm.
I know we're all in a kerfuffle. Like, so our world is turned upside down. Like, wow.
Yeah,
I say that to say this. I'm so glad you touched on time and while they're here because the unexpected, the unexpected can happen at any moment, at any time. So
yeah, that's true.
cherish people. Wanted to start off with that. Not to get serious, but yes, I had to talk about it.
But
I
it's
had to.
important. I mean, it's
Shout
important,
out.
especially um. No, I mean I'm not saying it's not strange or coincidental, but it's like on Black History Month, Jesse Jackson passes away. It's but it's great that you touch on that. Just appreciating our history, our culture, especially in this day and age where our rights, just as human beings, isn't just as people, being violated throughout America. You know what I mean? So um, it's civil rights. You know what I'm saying? So it's I think it's I mean the fact that he lived the life that he lived and lived as long as he lived, it's a blessing in itself. So but I feel like I do feel people have shown, especially Jesse Jackson, as much how much he meant to them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel what you're saying on that. Give people their flowers while they're here.
Absolutely. Shout outs to my colleague Alvin, Tippercat, this and that. Make sure you guys head over and subscribe to his channel and catch me on a panel hopefully soon. If I'm not sleeping. But this time we'll be late. We'll be alert. But y'all head on over and check him out. Great panel. He is a civil rights hero and a legend. Yes. Yeah. And I can remember I went back and I watched a clip of him doing an interview on PBS.
Hmm.
And this was something that was going on. A woman uh, lost her life from her husband, and he was talking about it. I shared it here on the community tab. You guys can go and check it out. And he was just talking about injustice. This was in
Hmm.
1995. And then I went back. Viva sent me the clip of him doing his speech. I am somebody. That was in what 1988. That was in the 80s. So
Hmm.
I mean, we remember these things. We remember all of these things. We're talking about the late Jesse Jackson and just giving people their flowers while they're here. We only
Hmm.
got a few left. You've got Dr. Bernice King, who's the daughter of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. So that's the
Hmm.
next generation. Angela
Hmm.
Davis, she's still alive and living. And this is
Hmm.
all on Black History Month. Pour into them. Give them their flowers while they're here. Give them
Hmm.
their flowers while they're here.
That's what I say.
Definitely.
Go. I live in Atlanta, so go to the King Center. You know what I mean? Go there and just learn, especially here in Atlanta, just to learn a lot about your history. You know what I'm saying? So I've always wanted to go to the I think it's the Lorraine Hotel where Dr. King you know was assassinated. Just so yeah, definitely.
Understand and study your history, learn your
Hmm.
lineage. All of that is so much more in these times. It's
Hmm.
key and it's important. And
Hmm.
how do I know so much? Is because I always keep my nose in the books. I'm always reading a book. In my downtime, when I'm not doing this platform, I'm always doing research. I'm
Hmm.
always understanding the history. It's not that when I get a chance, when my mom stops by the library, I tag along sometimes and they'll have free books.
Hmm.
And that's how I found the books about let me see, I sent it to Damien because he wanted to know about it. Shout out to Damien T. Raven. And we were talking about his story. He said that he wanted to do a project on cowboys.
Hmm.
And he said, you know what, they're cowboys, black cowboys. It's important that we understand that. The book is called Black Frontiers, the history of African American heroes in the Old West, if you guys want to go and check it out. Great read. I haven't put the book down. Um, Make sure that you're understanding. Pick up books. There's so much knowledge out here. So you can understand the lineage. A black man invented the potato chip, and we're going to get into that a little bit later in the show. with Ty Wayne here. I'm gonna
Mhm.
give him some Black History Month trivia. I've been doing it all this week with my guests to see how well they know it. Now I did it with T Mal, and I had to tell T Mal who W.E.B. W.E.B. was.
Mhm.
So he didn't do so well in some of them, but he managed to get them. That's for sure. That is for sure. That is for sure. But make sure you guys are staying tuned for that. Pour into each other. Most definitely. Most definitely. So 2026, we are now here. New goals, new resolutions, working on things. Uh, this is the year of promise. This is the year of opportunity for each and every one of us. And it is award show season, Taiwan. So we've seen the nominees rolled out. Signals is up for selection.
Mhm.
So what are you looking forward to as it pertains to award season? Because I know it's going to be a lot of press from Atlanta to New York.
Well, what I'm looking forward to is well, Sinners being nominated, 16 nominations. Shout out to all the beautiful black people that was employed. I think it was they filmed out of New Orleans as well, and I did work with some artists. Well, it was a makeup artist and another, I think it was a PA that worked on and an actor that worked on the burial with me that were in Center. So shout out to Allison and Sam Malone and Charles. So it was I'm very excited to see how it plays out. With 16 nominations and just where they'll fit in, with the awards. Now I'm hoping that we don't come back empty-handed, which I highly doubt. But you were just talking about Harder They Fall, and Delroy Lindo was in that. So, and he's
Yes,
somebody. It's talking about giving them their flowers. Like he's been in the game. I think somebody said he was a up and comer or something like that that was interviewing him, and he kind of checked him. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to just seeing. I love Cynthia Erivo. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of disappointed that she wasn't nominated, but um, because I loved Wicked, especially in the last part. But it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very positive. You know, especially like I said, a lot of actors like Mark Ruffalo was talking about ICE and how it's affecting them. And I think it's a time of togetherness, where realize that we got to come together as a race, as a human race, and just stand up for our rights. So, but
absolutely.
I'm excited. Yeah.
And the same year, I love Cynthia. You love Cynthia Erivo? So yeah,
Hmm.
Wicked. I mean, it was a whole thing. It was a phenomenon. Like so many
Hmm.
brands created products after this film. Like it was a whole phenomenon. It's about Wicked then Sinners. Those were like the top two in box office. People
Hmm.
went back in doubles to see it. And
Hmm.
friends were asking me, "Did you go see it?" I said, "No, I didn't get a chance because I've been so busy." And I think at the time it was a lot of galas and a lot of stuff going on. So it's
Hmm.
hard to keep up with every single thing. But it is a film that you definitely want to go see. That is for sure. And a lot of people went back in doubles to see it.
Hmm.
So I'm praying that it's a nomination. Tiana Taylor's up for her first Oscar. So I mean, we're looking forward to a lot of people who look like us because 9 times out of 10, it's in one or two categories. But this
Hmm.
one is 16.
Hmm.
I love that tribute she gave to Shirley Bassey. Oh yeah, she's Cynthia's definitely gonna bring it. If not her, then Queen Latifah. I remember Queen Latifah performed one
Hmm.
time. So I mean, I'm looking forward to the fashion. You guys know that, of course, I'm gonna be trying to do some coverage on that.
Hmm.
Keep you guys updated on who wore what. So stay tuned for that. But this is our year. This is the season. In the midst
Hmm.
of all the chaos, you have to find golden. shelf somewhere.
Well, I
You
have to
have
say that
to find. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I just wanted to just reiterate it. To touch on also the Oscars is great, but also support the NAACP awards. Image awards, because
Yes.
I feel like we hold the Oscars in such high regards, but you have to understand that we gotta not we have to learn to celebrate ourselves and put some importance on the things on the awards that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And especially, I like independent spirit awards. Just stuff
Oh
to
yeah.
just celebrate. That's kind of not saying off the beaten path, but that people that I feel like doesn't get highlighted enough because it's not really in the mainstream or in the main light. So yeah, NAACP award. It's I I want people to really go out there and support that as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that too, because I think as years progress, it's getting more and more holding more weight, with artists, So yeah, I'm sorry, I just wanted to throw that in.
No, you're right. Absolutely. We
Mm-hmm.
need to be supporting the Image Awards. And by the way, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Make sure y'all go and vote and support these artists. There's so many artists and talk shows and films that are nominated for the Image Awards as well. To make sure you head on over and vote. And you guys have the option, so head on over to the website and vote when it is
Mm-hmm.
time for that. Definitely, we need to be
Mm-hmm.
supporting these award shows. Yes, you can support the Oscars. If you can support the Tonys, the Emmys, all of these,
Mm-hmm.
but make sure that you are supporting the shows that are built for us by us, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
NAACP Image Award.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, definitely. And Essence magazine does something as well too, but it's for women. It's the Essence Black Women in Hollywood Award.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, we need to be supporting these outlets. We need to be
Mm-hmm.
supporting the outlets of that represent us. That that's important. That's for sure.
Yes.
Okay, Fashion Dome. We covered that. Award season. We've covered all of these things. It is time. I believe it's time because speaking of time, we're going to get into some Black History trivia here with Ty Wayne, and I'm going to see how
Oh.
well he studied. All right?
Lord Jesus.
Are y'all ready for some Black History trivia, y'all? And if you know it, you're more than welcome to participate if you're at home watching this virtual on your
Yeah.
phone or your tablet or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, when the replay is up, you can watch it on the television. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna test Ty Wayne's knowledge. I'm gonna see if I have to take his black card today. All
Oh
right,
snap! I've been talked all the stuff about Black History. I'm ready. I'm ready.
all right. Let's get into it. What activist co-founded the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee and later became a U.S. congressman?
That's John Lewis. John Lewis.
The good kind of trouble. That's right. All right. Which civil rights leader founded the Freedom Rise to challenge segregated birth terminals in the South?
Say that one more time.
Which civil rights leader founded, the Freedom Rise to challenge segregated bus terminals in the South?
I want to say Andrew Young. No, I'm wrong.
It is James Farmer.
James
James
Farmer.
Farmer.
No, no, no. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
the Freedom
Oh,
Rise, and this is in the South, right
okay.
here where I'm at in
James
South
Farmer.
Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes,
Okay.
James Farmer.
James Farmer.
Okay. What was Rosa Parks' occupation at the time of her historic bus boycott and the protest in Montgomery?
Wasn't she the she worked for the oh god. She worked for someone.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you
Okay.
guys a hint. Y'all know I work in fashion. What do I have to do when I go get? Of course, I get fitted, but the designer is, or whom is, what do they call the designer? Who makes the gowns or whatever?
She's a seamstress. She's a seamstress. Oh,
That was it. She was a
okay.
seamstress. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And speaking of the NAACP, I'm so glad you touched on that because that is the next question. Which lawyer and NAACP litigator successfully argued Brown versus Board of Education before the Supreme Court? Y'all know it in the audience. Y'all know it.
She, yeah. Something is a lawyer, right? She said Brown versus.
Board of Education. Yes.
Hmm. Help me out, y'all. Cause I'm thinking of somebody, but I don't want to be wrong again. Give me a hint. Or is any
His name starts with a T.
a T? Okay. She says you need to give multiple choice. um. Thurgood Marshall.
That's it. Thurgood
Okay. Yeah.
Marshall.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to say that. Tyrone Powell. Okay.
Okay. Here's another one. What phrase did Malcolm X popularize to advocate for black self-defense and empowerment?
Oh yeah, I know that. By any means necessary.
That's it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Which activist and journalist co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966?
Oh, I know. Huey P. Newton
Yep, and Bobby Seale. Those
and
were
Bobby
Bobby
Seale. You
Seale.
said, yeah.
Okay. What civil rights leader founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference?
I'll let y'all, the audience, have any, let them guess or answer a little bit.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. And they'll probably know it. Alvin probably knows. Uh, he did a famous speech, and it was in Washington D.C.
Oh, I know it. It's should I say it or do I? Yeah.
Go ahead,
Martin
say
Luther
it.
King.
Who is it?
No, Martin Luther King
That was
doing.
it.
Yeah, talking about the
That's
Kingston.
it. Yep. Oh my goodness. Yep. Martin Luther King.
I don't know.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. The next one is ooh, which activist is unaliving in Mississippi in 1955 galvanized the civil rights movement?
oh yeah, that was Medgar Evers, right? No, no, no. Is it
They
no,
did a
no, no?
move. Whoopi Goldberg did a film on him,
Ghost
and
of
I'll just give you
Mississippi.
the hint.
Medgar Evers or
His last name starts with a T.
oh, you Emmett Till. Emmett Till.
Yep,
Okay,
that's it.
okay. All right. Oh,
Okay, this
Medgar
is
Evers.
an easy. This is a no. This is a no-brainer. We just seen him at the basketball game together. Who was the first African American to serve as president in the United States of America? That's a
Barack, my
no-brainer.
man Barack.
Yes.
Talking about somebody serving a
Okay, this
third
is
term.
another easy one. Which black woman became the first self-made female millionaire in the U.S., founding a hair care empire in the early 1900s?
Mm, I know this. I just saw this movie. Madam C.J. Walker. Shout out to
That's it.
Octavia. Yeah.
Yes. And also, originally it was shout out to Garrett A. Morgan. Garrett A.
And
Morgan
Mama.
invented hair relaxers. So way before Nancy Walker. You had Garrett A. Morgan as
Okay.
well too. But he did the traffic lighting.
Trapper.
So
Yeah.
he did that, and it was by accident. It wasn't planned at all. So
Wow.
who broke the MLB color barrier in 1947, becoming the first black player in modern league baseball?
That would be um Jack Robinson.
That's it. And Chadwick from my city of South Carolina did
Oh
42.
yeah.
So
Chadwick. Yeah.
definitely.
Love that movie. That's awesome.
Okay. Who was the first black woman to be elected in the U.S. Congress in 1968?
Oh, what is it?
Representing the New York 12th District.
Was it Was it Shirley? What's this thing about the movie on that?
Regina King played her in a movie about her life.
It was I gotta help me with the last name. It's Shirley.
Y'all got it.
Was it? Help me
Diva
out,
got
Jeff.
it. Alexis, you got it.
Shirley.
Shirley, you got the first name.
Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm. Yeah.
That's it. Yep,
Shirley
yep, yep.
Chisholm. Shout out to Shout out to Regina King and my homeboy Dorian. He played in that. Dorian Mitchell. Yeah.
She sure did. I mean, and it was so many hair care inventors. Garrett A. Morgan, like I said, nobody really talks enough about him. He invented hair relax. And then she
Mhm.
came in and she created her products as well too. Because for us as black people, our hair texture was so unique. We needed something.
Mhm.
And she went mixed up something. The next person did as well too. So everybody had to come up with their own formulation of what worked for them and for us as black people.
Mhm.
Okay, who became the first African American to win an Academy Award for Best Actor, honored for Lilies of the Field in 1963.
Oh, that's easy. That's Sidney Poitier.
That's it. Correct. Yes, yes, yes. Which black inventor was granted the first U.S. patent by an African American in 1821 for dry cleaning?
Mm, I think you got me on this one. Yeah, I use a lifeline.
The audience, do y'all know? Fashion Dolls? Yep, y'all got it. Sidney Poitier. That's a hard one. Okay, we won't count that one. It is Thomas L. Jennings.
Thomas
In
Hudson.
1821, and this is for dry cleaning process. See, we invented so many things. And
Yeah.
I've done a little research on him as well too. Dry cleaning. Everybody had to keep their clothes right. A lot of men wore suits back in the day, in that time, in that era. So it was important that we make sure that we study on that. Okay. Oh, that's a good one too. Let me try to switch it up a little bit. This agricultural scientist developed over 300 products from peanuts, including dyes and plastics, to combat soil depletion in the South.
Oh, that's why is I know this. I just the name escapes me. Um, I'll let y'all answer. I do know this one, but I'm gonna let you guys answer this.
I'm pretty sure Diva know. I got a woman's intuition. We just know. She's gonna probably put it in the comments, or either Alvin. I'm guessing they should know who this is. Somebody's gonna get it. If not her, then Chef Sky.
Let's see. It's the Does it repeat the
Okay,
question?
this agriculture scientist developed over 300 products from peanuts, including dyes, plastics to combat soil depletion in the South. Albert says he don't even know it. Oh God.
Yeah, I know it. Um,
Come on, y'all. Think about it. The peanut. I know who it is. I know who this gentleman is.
I haven't said the name in a long time. Uh, but I love peanut butter.
All right, are y'all ready for it? Going
I
once,
know it too.
going twice. It is George Washington Carver.
Carver, George Washington Carver. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, George Washington Carver. I was gonna give y'all the name of one of the presidents and then just add Carver to the back of it. Yeah. Okay. Let me skip over that one. That one might be a little bit tricky. So let me shake it out. Okay. What NASA engineer invented the Super Soaker water gun? One of the top selling toys of all.
Oh my God, I had just seen this. I
Okay,
can't think of the name.
I'll give you a hint. She was on the real Daytime, but her name is spelled different than his. She's a comedian, and her name starts with an L.
It's
She was
something
on a talk
Underwood.
show,
No, not
Women, not Cheryl. And you guys can see her on E. I think she's on E currently right now. There you
mm,
go, Chef
mm.
Sky. Lonnie
Alani.
George
Okay.
Johnson. Yes,
Okay. Good. Go ahead.
they know it. They be on it. They
I
study.
see that.
This inventor improved the electric light bulb by creating a durable carbon filament, working closely with Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas Edison. His name also starts with an L.
I don't know this one. I know about it, but I don't know his name. Anybody else
Should
know?
I give it to him, y'all? Let me know, Fashion Dog. Give me some green hearts if I should give it to Tyway.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if you know it, drop it in the comments.
I mean, this
His
is great.
last name ends with an L as well, too.
Uh, I'm glad. I'm glad. I love trivia. I love trivia. So this is great.
Going once, going twice. Give me some green hearts if you want the answer. It is Louis Latimer. Louis
Lewis.
Latimer.
I wouldn't know this. Kind
Yeah.
of just Lewis Latimer. Okay.
So many great inventions. So many great inventions. Oh my goodness, it's so many.
Mm.
Oh, okay. And this you guys should instantly know. It is a no-brainer. Who was the first African American to publish a book of poetry, poems on various subjects, religion, and moral in 1773?
In
It's a
19
woman. It's a woman. Her name starts with a P.
with a P.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a poet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you want it again, Chef Sky? Who was the first African American to publish a book of poetry, poems on various subjects, religious and moral, in 1773?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll give you one of her pieces for women in here. Ain't I a woman? I think that's one of them. one of her pieces of work.
Mm. I don't know why I'm thinking it's a journey the truth, but Maya Angelou. No, no, no. Mm. You said 1776.
1773.
It wouldn't be Maya Angelou. Um, P P. I should know this. It starts with P. Okay. I don't know. Is anybody out there?
Oh
Can
no,
they?
that I got it wrong myself. Oh Jesus, she didn't write in a woman that was Sojourner Truth. Oh my
Okay.
goodness. And yes, Jessica, I got it. Phyllis Wheatley.
Wait, wait. Okay. Okay.
Her name is spelled different, like the singer Phyllis Hyman. I was going to give you
Okay.
that clue.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Now this is another poet. Which Harlem Renaissance writer penned the iconic poem "The Negro Speaks of Rivers" and co-founded the Fire Literary Magazine?
Either Langston Hughes or
That's it,
Langston
Langston
Hughes.
Hughes.
Okay.
The Harlem Renaissance was Zora Neale Hurston. This is such a
Oh,
great
Zora Neale
time
Hurston.
for just us to be alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
my God.
now Oprah starred in the movie. I'll give you the first clue. Oprah starred in the movie about based on one of her books that she's written. What Toni Morrison's novel, inspired by the true story of an enslaved woman who unalived her child to spare them from slavery,
Beloved.
and it
Beloved.
won a Pulitzer Prize in 1988.
Is it Alice Walker.
Diva just put it in the comments. It is beloved.
Beloved. Okay. Yeah. Beloved. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now, this is, I just mentioned her. Who wrote Their Eyes Were Watching God? A seminal work of the Harlem Renaissance exploring Black womanhood and self discovery.
Well, that's Zora. Zora Neale Hurston. Yeah.
Yes, my girl, my girl. Okay. James Baldwin's essay collection, Notes of a Native Son, critiques race relations in America. Which groundbreaking novel did he write about a Harlem? I can't get it out. I think Bubs the God is in here somewhere tapping into me. um, which groundbreaking novel did he write about a Harlem murder mystery?
Isn't that Native Son? No.
Notes of a Native Son critiques race relations. And he wrote a novel. And then it turned it into a whole movie. I think Regina King starred in it as well, too, if I'm not mistaken.
What was that thing? It was called 7 Seconds or something like that? But no, that's not it. You said it's not Native Son. No. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Regina. I don't know. Friend of mine, Joshua Gilliard, he would know this. He loved James
No,
Baldwin.
no. Yes, yes, Regina King was in it. Coleman Domingo, Tiana Paris. Should I give it to him, y'all? It is If Beale Street Could Talk.
Yeah. 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 Regina King won an Oscar for that. Yeah.
Hi, Maurice. Shout out to my girl, Faith is the
Shout
Substance.
out Maurice.
Shout
Yeah.
out to her. Y'all make sure y'all go and check out her channel. And she has a show coming up this week as well too. So y'all make sure y'all go and check that out. I think tomorrow Faith will be on. So if y'all get a minute, swing by and check out my girl. I know I won't be on tomorrow, but we're doing some Black History trivia here with Tyway. We're gonna do two more questions, and then y'all let me know. Review in the comments. All right. Oh, okay, my girl. Oh, I love this woman so much. Which poet and activist wrote "Still I Rise" became the first Black woman to recite a poem at a U.S. presidential inauguration in 1993? Wow, this is the year I was born.
Yeah, that's Maya Angelou.
Yes,
That's Maya. Maya.
you know the
Still
voice
I
so
rise.
well.
Still I rise. Yes, love Maya Angelou. She has a great documentary on her. I forgot the name of it, but it's great.
Ooh, this one is easy. This is the last one, y'all. Y'all should know this. Which playwright, A Race for the Sun, 1959, was the first Broadway play written by a black woman?
Mm. Oh, that's so. I get my actor's card taken away from me if I didn't know this one. It's Lorraine Hansberry.
Yes, yes. All right, fashion dolls, and that is our Black History Month trivia here with Ty Wayne. And you guys, I don't have to
Thank
take
y'all
it
so much
far.
for helping me.
I had to help y'all with some, and then some of these we have to do our own research. So these are inventors we never even knew about. So it's important we
Yeah.
keep up on that. All right. So sound off in review. What would you give? What score would you guys give Ty Wayne? I give him a 10. I give him a 10. Now you gotta study, you gotta know the literary, the
Yeah.
artists, all of this and so much more, from Toni Morrison to Maya
Mhm.
Angelou to uh, Langston Hughes. These James Baldwin, these are all literary giants. Another Phyllis Wheatley, and I feel like she doesn't get talked about enough. We talk about poets, we talk about Maya Angelou, we talk about Toni Morrison, we talk about Nikki Giovanni, but Phyllis
Is it fun?
Wheatley, Zora Neale Hurston, all of them, we have to make sure that we're giving all of these ladies their flowers. Definitely. And check out some of their work. I think I might go and check out some more on Phyllis Wheatley when I'm done with today's show as well too. And y'all know I love Maya Angelou, and I have a couple of her books, and I know I have a couple of Toni Morrison books as well too. Now the one that I have is called Paradise,
Hmm.
and then the other one is called Love. And
Hmm.
Love is red, and then Paradise is like a almost like a teal, green, blue color almost. But
Hmm.
definitely go and check those out. I would suggest and recommend those. Um, phenomenal woman, definitely, definitely, definitely. So before we wrap and conclude Fashion Dolls, do we have any questions for myself or Taiwan? Did y'all enjoy that Black History Month trivia? That was fun. And it kind of makes you
Yeah,
think.
it's
We kind
cool.
of all have to go back to school. Like we study these people. We study them. We grow up knowing them, reading their books and everything. And it's just like you kind of have to go back in the back of your mind. It's been a minute. My brain is kind of fuzzy. I got to dust the books off and
Hmm.
figure out, okay, but definitely. Did you guys enjoy today's show? Sound off. And thank y'all all so much for coming in. All your
Yeah.
love, all your unconditional support, each and every one of you. Faith, Alexis, Diva. We got
Hmm.
Alvin, Tip for Tat, this and that. Shout out to you, Maurice. Thank you. And I'm seeing a couple new subscribers. So y'all obviously have been subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all so much for coming in, showing me love and support. Have you
Daughter
ever,
of.
have either of you ever watched the movie Daughter of the Dust? I have to check it out. It sounds like
Mhm.
a fascinating.
Who is it by? Who is it by? I'll check it out.
Because she's always sending me suggestions.
Oh, I
She's
love
like,
it.
girl, check this out. Check this movie out. And
Hmm.
I'm like, I sure will. And then the same for me because we both are, me and Diva love to read. And she's in
Hmm.
Carolina, I'm in Carolina. We always talk about different books and films. About it's important we
What?
sit down and we
Julie
Julie
Dash.
Dash.
Okay. Okay. I have a question for you. What would you? What is your favorite um movie by an African American filmmaker, whether it be writer or director?
Ooh, I would have to say from Ava DuVernay, and it would be
Mm,
Selma because it's talking about the
mm,
uh, the plight of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and David Oyelowo. Oh my God!
mm,
If you go and you do a side by side picture of Dr. Martin Luther King and then David,
mm,
you can tell David studies his mannerisms.
mm,
You can tell everything. The young lady that played Coretta Scott King as well through the actress that played her.
mm,
All of this, everybody embodies everybody. I like
yeah,
biopics.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
biopics. And it's a story. You have to make sure that you have everything from their mannerisms, the way that they talk, the way that they, let's see, the way they sit, all of
Mm,
these things, we have to make sure that you embody that character, you bring that character to life. And that's key and crucial, for sure.
yeah. It's so funny because I feel like I think going forward in the future, which they I want them to start making movies like the Woman King, and and they and different thing about African uh called like true African culture, and uh, African greats and leaders and warriors. Like I remember back in the day when I used to watch Shaka Zulu. I that was my favorite. It used to come on every year, you know. And it was just Shaka was just such a I'd never heard anything like that. Just someone standing up for their nation, their their
Yeah.
tribe. You know what I mean? And fighting against these oppressors. So I want to see more movies like that. You know what I mean? I think Black Queens. So I mean Cleopatra. I mean, but look what they've done with Cleopatra. So, um, but yeah, I love all. What trying to think. There's a movie coming out. God, it's called. My friend Danielle's gonna kill me for not getting this right. Uh, God, I can't think of it now. I can't think of it now. But it's a kind of a African like warrior story. Children of Fire, not Fire and Ice. But excuse me, Ash, Blood and Bone or something. Children of Blood and Bone or something like that, which is a novel, and it's really good. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
We need, what you, I'm so glad you said that. In almost every single one of my interviews, people have asked me, who's your favorite actor, who's your favorite actress, or whatever. I said, the woman king herself, Viola Davis, like she really embodied this character.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
showed in like a behind the scenes of her getting prepped and trained to portray this character. And she said it was very strenuous. So, oh yeah, The Color Purple. Now, Diva, you gonna make me want to go back into my catalog. It's Black
Mhm.
History Month, and whenever our month rolls around, all of the Black cinema comes out. Like The Color Purple, that's embedded in Black culture deeply. Black Panther is gonna be embedded in Black culture deeply. All of these films, Selma, Friday. I mean, all of these films. That you want to go back to the low where Ty Wayne is at, the Players Club, which was shot in Atlanta. So all of these films are for the black culture. And it's important that we continue to keep streaming them, keep watching them, because, Players Club is not historical, but I'm saying the collisions of the film, the saying, all of the sayings, we say it to our friends. We're saying them. So, I mean, what Ice Cube did was it was embedded for us in the culture. We're saying these things, just like The Color Purple. The Color Purple is deeply going to be embedded in our culture. Um, another would have to be Roots. Roots is
Rules.
embedded in our culture, even though it's like a different, you got parts in it. So this each character, Leslie Ingram, uh, LeVar Burton, I mean, John Amos, all of these, the late Lou Gossett, it was an all-star ensemble black cast. And then, of course, the addition of, whatever. But Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee is another, yeah. All of
Yeah.
these films in the rest of in 2026, they should be in a. They need to do like a Black National Film Museum and create a
Mm,
place where we can go and stream these films. That's what
right.
I think. That's what I
Right.
think, and I think that would be great, so
I
that
I
we can
I
see representation. All of these things. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
no, I was saying like they're also like you look at like you were saying Lilies of the Field. Like go back and check out those older films. You know, Lilies of the Field. Guess Who's Coming to
Gone
Dinner?
with the
Gone
Wind.
with the
All of
Wind.
them. Yeah.
All of those films that I would even say go check out the films that like the Nicholas Brothers, Stormy Weather. It's so much history in that and just pure talent, unadulterated talent. What's it called? With Harry Belafonte and Dorothy Dandridge. Uh, the name's not coming to me.
Carmen.
Carmen. You know what I
Carmen. Is
mean?
it Carmen Jones?
Yeah,
And I love Dorothy Dandridge.
yeah, yeah. And this it's a. I was just talking about this film. If you get a chance, James Earl Jones, because I think it might have been Maya Angelou, James Earl Jones. It was a whole in New York. They had a theater company with all these great black talent. You know what I mean? And James Earl Jones is one that, to me, is I love Denzel and everything, but James Earl Jones is one of my favorites. Great White Hope is a great film. It's a great film. You know what I mean? Especially the acting wise. So it's kind of a story about Jack Johnson, which uh, Dave Chappelle touched on. And just how Jack Johnson lived free and he paid the price where he was exiled from America just for, what I mean? Because he did what he lived by his own terms. So, but anyways, but yeah.
Oh, you remember it, Chef Sky? Yes. These are films that we need to be checking out as we're listing them. Lilies in the Field was a good one. Carmen Jones. I absolutely love Dorothy Dandridge.
Hmm.
And then years later, the family of Dorothy Dandridge linked, reached out to Halle Berry. I mean, it was like a competition because they wanted, it was Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, and Halle Berry. And it was like a race to see who was going to portray Dorothy Dandridge. And out of
Hmm.
all three women, they chose Halle Berry. Yeah, she talked about it on Oprah at the time. It was here on YouTube, but I don't know what happened to it. But she was talking about how, it was almost like a competition for all
Hmm.
three women going for that role, or, who could get the role of her. So, I mean, yes, but in films like this, we have to make sure Josephine Baker's films, did James do the play?
Hmm.
Yes, James Earl Jones was big in theater. And if it's not James Earl Jones, you could probably see Debbie Allen, you could probably see Ruby Dee and Ivy
Hmm.
Davis. You could see I love this woman to death. She was one of the most fashionable women and mothers on television. That's Claire Huxtable, that's Felicia Rashad.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
she did theater. Debbie Allen did
Hmm.
theater. So it was a whole thing. Black
Hmm.
theater. Black For me, it represented black liberation for us to be able to be free and tell our stories and express ourselves, and people come and watch us on stage, showcase it.
Hmm.
So we have to make sure that we're getting it out here. A Raisin in the Sun, Cat on a Hot Tin Rooftop, all of these, Othello, all of these we can see in theater, and
Hmm.
of course The Wiz.
Right. I
Yes,
love the
for
Wiz.
sure.
Yeah.
My favorite is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And then years later, may God rest his soul, Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher uh, redid it. So you guys see it then. But it was Guess Who. So,
Mhm. First time I heard.
oh, really? Oh, yeah, The Wiz. I mean, and the Michael movie coming out, Michael Jackson. You
Oh,
had
that's
Diana
gonna be
Ross,
so
Michael
popular.
Jackson. All,
Oh my god. I
all
can't wait.
ensemble cast. and they bought it. They reimagined it. Mary J. Blige was the Wicked Witch. She was one of the she was the Wicked Witch. So I mean, they bought it live. It was reimagined. And I think David Allen Greer was also, yeah, David Allen Greer was in it as well. So you know he was funny all throughout the film. That, but they brought it live, like if it was on NBC, you guys can go and check it out. Should be somewhere out here. But yes, these films that you guys are saying in my comments right now, they will always be pivotal in our history and in our culture. And it's important that we protect them. It's important that yes, the Michael movie with Nia Long and Coleman Domingo. Um, and it's a couple of other big names that are going to be in that project as well too. So you guys definitely go and check out the trailer if you haven't. It's, yeah, like it's going to be good. So that'll be
Mhm.
coming in the spring later this year. Later
Mhm.
this year in the spring. So I'm looking forward to seeing that because I love me some Nia Long. She is one of the reasons why I cut my hair and I did that pixie cut for the assistant too. Never again. That was for that film. That was back in 2022. That was a horror film that I did. The Assistant to Reconnected, and you guys can check it out here on YouTube. And the director said, "Well, we don't want you with long hair because you look like one of the students." And I flipped through hair magazines and I spotted me along. Best man, she had the shortcut, and I said, "You know what? Let's do it." Jermaine Jackson's son is playing Michael. Sure is. Jafar and looks just like him, sounds just like him. Like you literally have to do a double take because yeah, the Jacksons they have strong genes, and to be able to embody him,
Yeah.
to have his voice, his mannerisms. Again, biographies. You're telling someone's life story,
Mhm.
and you're having to be that vessel to bring that person's story to life. And Ty Wayne, as an actor, you know this. You put on that character's shoes, you're wearing and carrying that character's cross. So almost
Mhm.
everything that that character or that star that you're doing their story or their life about, you have to make sure that you embody it. It's no different from Angela Bassett and Tina Turner. And I still feel how I feel. Like, don't give this woman no honorary Oscar. Give her an Oscar for her work. She's
Right.
worked hard.
Right.
And it's a slap in the face. Like that's just like, okay, it's a quick fix. We're gonna go in ahead and we just gonna give him an honorary. No, it should have been nominated. She
That's what they did with Spike
trained, just
Lee.
like Viola trained for the Woman King.
Mhm.
Spike Lee is another. They did it to him. So they snub creators when they are artistically truth to power. And I pray they don't do this with Sinners. Sinners has 16 nominations.
Mhm.
Angela wore Tina out. And I can remember in EP, one of the magazines, she was going through time, like a timeline of her acting roles. And she said for Tina Turner, she had to train strenuously. Like, if you go back and look at her body, I'm like, her body looks amazing. My
Mhm.
God, good God, woman. What do I need to do? Because I mean, I still got, I'm curvy too, but I'm like, what? I still got a little punch. What do I need to do to get my stomach to look like hers? I don't mind the size. I don't mind Sakina. She was known for her legs. Angela's got the legs. I got the legs. But I'm like, how's her stomach? I'm like, my God. Look at her arms, how toned she was. The dancing to be able to perform because Tina was a dancer. She was notorious for her legs. So
Mhm.
that takes a lot of work. Give this woman her flowers and just do. Like she really played Tina Turner. And another person who can do a great bio, if he was still here, from my city of South Carolina, Chadwick Boseman, like to
Mhm.
be able to portray the Godfather of Soul,
Mhm.
James Brown, get on up, mannerisms, everything.
Yeah.
You can tell he studied it.
Yeah. You got to do that if you
So
want to do it justice. So yeah, you got to put in that extra time, that research. Uh, I did Fight Night the TV series for Fight Night, Million Dollar Heist,
yes,
and I played
with
Deja
Taraji,
Brown
my girl.
with Raji, yeah, and I had to play Ali's right hand man. And it was some stuff written about him, but not too much. I really had to dig and find. And shout out to Dexter Darden who played Ali. He was, a great source of inspiration, just his dedication to becoming Ali. And shout out also to Brandon Thomas, who has one of the best uh, acting studios in LA. So, shout out to him. And he helped, and Angela Davis as well, that's here in Atlanta. If you're here in Atlanta, study at Act Her Studios. You know what I mean? And so, and yeah, my man Todd and Dwayne Boyd. There's so many people that's in Atlanta that are good acting coaches. But what I was saying, my point is that got a lot of help and research with, biopics. You know what I'm saying, of that, which went to a lot of Lona Falana. No, was it Lona Falana? Yeah, I think I think so. Yeah, that was in there. So yeah, you got to put in that work, that research. Like I had did what was it? First Lady with Viola, and I got to be in the scene with her, and she played Michelle Obama. And, you could tell she was in her bag with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, got to put in that work.
Absolutely. And black creators, we deserve so much more than just that. So much
Hmm.
more than just that. So that was my thing on Angela not getting her Oscar. Because we was mad. We was all mad. And
Hmm.
I remember sitting down with another actress. We did a girl talk, and she was like, I'm mad about it too. Like she deserved. It was Chappelle Nicole, and we were talking about it. Like give this woman her flowers, and then the camera panned over and looked at her face. Because in the audience shows, you can't hide your
You could
expression.
tell.
The audience, we the viewers at home can watch and tell. Uh, we're gonna talk about Millie Jackson in a minute. Because it was Aretha Franklin, Millie Jackson, and it was a few other female singers who were nominated for Best Female Artist. And
Hmm.
Millie's face in that one, if you go back, 'cause again, they have like the squares, and then it'll to the person who won. It was Aretha Franklin won. And Millie Jackson was mad. These women could not hide their faces because they're just like, nah, I know she ain't getting no more awards. What she
Hmm.
did. So that was the type of reaction that we get. You can't hide it. But with Angela, you could tell she was heartbroken. You
Yeah.
could tell she was heartbroken. No shade to Jamie Lee Curtis. Love Jamie Lee Curtis. But this would have been her time. This would have been her time. So, yeah.
Well,
That's all I'm going to say on that note. And I think we just about covered everything today, Sebastian Doll. Black History Month edition. Uh, where will we be back? We will be back February 19th with Il Duco Miles. Spring Fashion Edition. We're now going into the spring fashion season, and she's going to be here with us. And we're going to get into all things spring fashion. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That'll be Thursday. And then Friday, Anthony G. Marshall will be joining me as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But before we let you go, Tyrone, this is such a great time. I had a blast, and
me
I am
too.
going to bring you back later in the spring as well.
Okay.
So, any words of encouragement or gems that you would give to our people on our month?
uh, well, I would say, of course, brush up on your history. You don't know where you're going to, where you've been, and just learn to appreciate the time you have with your loved ones, and learn to love new people. Don't just keep it within. Let that love spread out. Expand your community instead of keeping it uh contained. You know what I'm saying? Let that love permeate. So yeah, that's it. And yeah,
Absolutely. And
vote, vote, vote. Uh, I know this is a little early, but I'm talking about vote, please, because look,
I wanted to touch on that. Early voting is today in Texas. Sure,
Mm,
you guys go ahead, uh, check your registration because we know what they did in 2024. Make sure that you check your registration. If you're not registered, get re-registered. And as
mm,
Tyrone said, please go vote. Yes, you guys, you got to get Congresswoman Crockett to the finish line if you're in Texas. Make
mhm,
sure that you guys go and vote today. Early voting begins. Good luck. Don't mess
mhm,
this up for our girl. Let's get her to the finish line. Yes,
mhm,
vote and check your registration. If you're not registered, head on over and re-register because sometimes they purge voters off the roll. So make sure that you're set. I check mine every day, so make sure you guys check yours. Have your voter registration card, your ID, everything. So there's no issue. And that's that. I will see y'all Thursday, Fashion Dolls, with Il Dico Mile, my favorite thing, spring fashion. And I know you guys are wondering what am I wearing today. It's up on Instagram. If I stand up, channel will probably be flagged. The slit is so deep in this gown that I'm wearing. So y'all check it out on Instagram. I can't stand up because I know Chef Sky. She's like, let me see what you got on. Let me see, girl. You got to go on over to IG and check that out. Style by Stevie underscore daytime, and I will see you guys. And Taiwan, as always, I had a great time, and I'm gonna
same
bring you
here.
back for the spring. So look out for those new dates out there.
Well, I appreciate you
All right,
having me.
fashion
Thanks so
dolls.
much,
Till
y'all.
next time.
All right, peace.
You too.